Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host Gershwin and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we continue talking about the Adeptus Mechanicus as we get into the Mechadendrites. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We post Warhammer 40K content every single day, and if you have any suggestions, just comment down below. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts on the Mechadendrites. A Mechadendrite is the term used for a large assortment of bionic tentacle-like and robotic arm-limb prosthetics, used most commonly by the Tech Priest of the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Tech Marines of the Adeptus Astartes. Mechadendrites are extremely versatile. Tech Priests and Tech Marines often use these for microconstruction and repair, maintenance tasks, scientific research, and even defensive firepower. Most Mechadendrites contain a number of tools, devices, or weapons that are intended to serve a specific function required by its use. These impressive prosthetics are hardwired into the central nervous system of a Tech Priest or a Tech Marine and surgically attached to the spine, so that it is controlled by its user's mind, using neural impulses, just like a biological limb. Mechadendrites are constructed from various metallic alloys and have innumerable motors and actuators encased within their structure. A set of Mechadendrites are normally much longer than a human's natural limb and possesses multiple segmented joints to allow maximum reach and flexibility. This gives them the appearance of a serpentine tentacle. High-ranking Tech Priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus, usually with the rank of Engine Seer and above, are known to possess and even eagerly seek out these implantations of Mechadendrites. And although they may often have only a single one of these bionic tentacles or servo arms fitted, it is possible to implant as many of these augmented limbs as the human body's anatomy will allow. These extremes are usually seen within the servitors, who can also have Mechadendrites implanted so that they can assist Tech Marines or Tech Priests in their duties. The most common type of Mechadendrite is known as a manipulator Mechadendrite, most commonly known as a servo arm. This artificial limb is a great aid to those working in industrial or technical areas. This powerful shoulder-mounted Mechadendrite is designed for heavy lifting and the manipulation of industrial gear. Built of fire-hardened ceramite and steel, this limb may extend to the length of 1.5 meters. The manipulator is tipped with 2 sets of gripping and crushing pincers. The viscous gripping and crushing pincers can also tether the user to gantries or suitable heavy objects and may be used in close-quarter combat. While powerful, the servo arm is not subtle, and any attempt to use it for such tasks as data slate typing, inscribing holy etchings, handling delicate objects, or the like will end with ruined equipment or a failed summoning. For a more sophisticated servo arm, we have to look to the servo harness. It is a special type of augmetic aid often used by the Space Marine chapters of the Masters of the Forge or their senior Tech Marines. It is in truth practically a mobile shrine to the Omnissiah and consists of many blessed tools, mechanical limbs, and weapons. With it, a Master of the Forge can make battle repairs on any vehicle, shore up defenses, or assist his battle brothers in combat. Unlike other Mechadendrites, a servo harness is often attached to the Tech Marine's power armor. While it is controlled through a direct neural connection like all Mechadendrites, it is not necessarily permanently surgically implanted into the Tech Marine's body. Among the most potent tools that can double as a close-range weapon is the servo harness plasma cutter, which unleashes a superheated plasma flame that can even cut through the reinforced ceramite plates of a Terminator armor. A servo harness is also outfitted with a flamer and more standard servo arms. For those Tech Priests who often find themselves within the field of battle, the ballistic Mechadendrite is a solid, shoulder-mounted Mechadendrite which is designed for self-defense. This 2-meter-long Mechadendrite limb is mounted with a sleek-looking las pistol of Adeptus Mechanicus design. And should injury occur, there exists the Medicae Mechadendrites. This is a 2-meter-long flexible artificial limb which is designed to provide medical and surgical assistance in the field. The Medicae Mechadendrite houses 6 injector pistols, each of which may be filled with 1 dose of a given type of drug. These must be resupplied and replaced separately. In addition to providing first aid, the Mechadendrite's flesh stapler may be used to staunch blood loss, and a small chain scalpel attachment reduces the difficulty of limb amputations. This Mechadendrite may be a shoulder or sternum mounted. Unfortunately, this design has been manipulated by the forces of chaos, known as a torture Mechadendrite. It is a thin, dexterous 2-meter-long tube of metal and plasteel tipped with a variety of fascinating needles and blades. This Mechadendrite can either heal or harm, depending on the heretic's intent. For research purposes, there exists the Exploration Mechadendrite, built to meet the exacting standards of the priesthood of Mars. An Exploration Mechadendrite offers peerless investigation and collection skills to the excavating-minded explorator. Specialized, extraordinarily delicate servo arms and collection pods all coordinate together to allow for perfect observation, collection, measurement, and archiving of up to 10 separate samples. These samples are then fed through a series of filters and processed all within a specially built chamber, allowing for full analysis of their properties and market worth. In addition, as part of a backup system to flush out and sterilize the sample chambers, each can be forcefully ejected from a spout at the end of the arm if needed. This Mechadendrite also contains a built-in auspex, chromometer, glow lamp, and compass, and specialized sensors all throughout the limb. Most tech priests also carry optical Mechadendrites. This highly flexible, camera-studded Mechadendrite is designed to assist in inspection and detection. This Mechadendrite may extend to the length of 3 meters and can reduce its width to a pencil thickness. The optical feed allows the user to examine surfaces at a microscopic level and may be used as a telescopic sight. The optical Mechadendrite is also mounted with an infrared torch and sensor. And finally, the Mechadendrite is fitted with a tiny but powerful glow globe that may be tinted a variety of different colors depending on the controller's whim. This Mechadendrite may also be a shoulder or sternum mounted device. For those tech priests who believe that a servo arm is too bulky and doesn't offer them the mobility they need, there exists a utility Mechadendrite. This 2-meter long mechanical limb houses a variety of tools and attachments designed to assist the tech priest in the course of their sacred duties. Just like the Medicae Mechadendrite, this limb also houses 6 injector pistols, each filled with 1 dose of oil. These must be resupplied and replaced separately, and in addition to this, the artificial limb contains an electrically powered sensor, which adjusts incense fumes over particular troublesome faults. The sensor generates 1 blast of smoke every 15 solar minutes, with effects depending on the acquired ingredients. This can alternatively belch smoke clouds that may be employed in melee combat to distract and choke, affecting all living creatures within 2-meter radius. Unless the sensor is deactivated, those affected by the billowing smoke must rely on their sense of smell to detect the Mechadendrite's user. Also useful in combat is the cutting blade found at the end of one of its tips, which is similar to a knife blade. These are only some of the variants of Mechadendrites. Each Forge World and even Space Marine chapter may alter the design of a Mechadendrite. For example, the Forge World known as Lathe in the Calixis sector, also known for the mysterious and frequent gravitic shifts, which can overcome even experienced tech priests when they are in an area not properly shielded with additional gravity platings. There exist the Lathe Mechadendrite stabilizers. Years of study indicated that replating the many facilities would be impractical, so many in the far edge of the system began developing a radical Mechadendrite design to aid them in their work. Instead of adding additional manipulation capabilities, pairs of gyroscopically stabilized, heavily clawed talons were attached to the Mechadendrites. This anchored the tech priests firmly onto the surface, where they could conduct their futile research more peacefully. Though considered a somewhat heretical design, more and more of this type of Mechadendrite is appearing across the Lathe worlds. And those were 40 facts on the Mechadendrites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, share it with your friends on Facebook or Reddit. It helps out the channel when you do so. The reason I wanted to create this video is because it is a viewer request. Somebody has been requesting for Mechadendrites for a very long time, so I wanted to put that out there. If you guys have any suggestions for other topics of Warhammer 40K, just comment down below and we will get to your request. Also, I just recently finished painting a tech priest, or I think it's called a Magos Dominus for my Skitarii army. It's really for my Inquisitor army, but I think I'm going to play Adeptus Mechanicus for a while before I get my Inquisitors up and going. But I kit bashed this model last year, probably in the summer, and I finally got around to painting him. If you notice, it's a kit bash model from the original GW sculpt of a Magos Dominus or a Tech Priest. The only thing I did is I flipped it backwards. I flipped the arms so that they're facing to his back. And normally, the model is hunched over. But what I did is I attached a Space Marine torso, the arms of I think it was the Onager Rust Stalkers, and the It's either Infiltrators. No, I probably took some Skitarii Rangers arms and put it on there, and then I put the head of one of the Rust Stalkers, and then flipped it upside down. I really like the way that it looks. I got this idea from somebody on Instagram. I can't remember who it was, but I put my own twist to it based on what little bits and pieces I had from the different Skitarii bits, and this is the outcome. I really like how it looks. I like the color scheme that I chose. It's like that turquoise and red. The turquoise comes from the Inquisitor army, and then the red just comes from the regular Adeptus Mechanicus. If you've seen my previous Adeptus Mechanicus videos, you know that I'm going to start playing the Styges. Is it 6 or 8? Or 4? Well, whatever. The Styges Canticles of the Omnissiah. So technically this is one of those Forge World models. But yeah, I really liked it, and I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think. I'm probably going to post pictures of this guy on my Instagram or on our Instagram. So if you haven't followed us yet, follow us on Instagram. And yeah, now let's announce the winners of the Skitarii Starter Set box set. The winner is this guy. Thank you guys so much for participating. If you didn't win, don't worry. There were more giveaways to come. There are still 2 giveaways that you can participate in. You have a chance to win 2 different prizes, the Tau Pathfinders, and then some Space Marine Devastators. And then there are more giveaways to come, pretty big ones, I should say. I'm just waiting for us to hit that 150k subscribers, and then we're going to do some pretty big giveaways. So if you haven't done so, share this video, have other people subscribe, so that we can get those giveaways going. And when I say they're big, they're like Primarch big. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our videos. I hope you guys follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, where we post videos of our kit bashing and our painting and all that kind of stuff. And thanks for everything, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. This was Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate signing out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.